What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report, as well as Joe Boo's day job, and that's what I'm doing right now. Joe Boo's day job. I'm here working on a bathroom in an 1869 house. Had to put in a new bathtub. I'm going to redo the tile floor, and new vanity, and new toilet and stuff. Whew. And it's Saturday evening, and I'm pooped. And as always, I'm missing one little piece. I need for the tub spigot, I need a half-inch screw-in piece for that, but we'll be okay. So, the Cowboys are running out of time. And by that I mean they need to do something with Dak Prescott's contract. What's crazy is how so many people are pissed off. They want to just blame Dak Prescott, and people go through, they get mad at me and say, you're not a Cowboy fan. You're not a Cowboy fan. You're just a Dak Prescott fan. I was a Cowboy fan long before Dak Prescott. But I try and let rational, calm heads rule the day. Right now, I know people think Trey Lance is the answer, but a guy who's only thrown about 110 passes in the NFL, okay. I know the Cowboys disappointed in the postseason, and people think I'm just happy with regular season. Okay, whatever you say. But the Cowboys are about to or could be making a huge mistake. Okay? The latest thing you see a lot of is if the Cowboys restructure Dak Prescott's deal, which they can do. They put voidable years onto the contract. And what that is you have a couple extra years on the contract if you want to put money into it. But it does not hold Dak Prescott. So there's 2 more years after this year of voidable years. What you can do with that is you can dump salary into those years. And then that's a way, it's a new tool that they have of saving some money on the cap for that year. And the Cowboys can do that. They can do that. They can take, $20 million of his salary this year, and they can dump it into next year's and the year after that. Which you say, that sounds great. Then we can get some cap room, and we ain't got to pay the guy. True. That's true. That is very, very true. But the problem is, it's still the same amount of money that you own. You've already dumped $36 million into one of the voidable years because you've been restructuring his contract to make up for mistaken contracts that you've done in the past. And here's the thing. I don't know if you guys remember a few years back where Russell Wilson, this is back when Russell Wilson got his big contract, and I was saying the Cowboys need to hurry up and get Dak Prescott's deal done before Russell Wilson so they can save some money, in which case they didn't. Russell Wilson got paid. They ended up franchise tagging Dak Prescott, and they took a big cap hit that year. The thing is you could go through and restructure that and get $20 million, which would give you at the moment $11 million of cap space. But here's the problem that you have. If you do that and you don't re-sign Dak, you got $36 million already that's been put into one of those voidable years. Then you've got another $20 million that you're taking by restructuring his deal this year, which means you've got about $56 million in dead money for next year. And he could walk away. He could pull a Russell Wilson and say, oh, if you don't sign me to a long-term deal by X date, and typically players will say, it's the season. I'm not looking at that. You risk him walking away with you getting nothing and having $56 million, a ticking time bomb next year that you owe. So if you don't think that Dak Prescott is your long-term answer, and I think he's the most viable option that you got. You don't have enough draft picks to move up to try and take a risk on one of these guys that may or may not be CJ Stroud. They might end up being Josh Rosen. You don't know. And CJ Stroud has 1 year in the NFL. I'm not ready to say that he's going to be a Hall of Famer just yet. We've seen guys come out like RG3 that had an incredible rookie year, never to repeat that. But be that as it may, I'm not wishing that on there. But these are things that you have to think about when you're talking about this. And you could literally say, if you're Dak Prescott, you don't want somebody to think too long. One of the things they say about YouTube is intros. You could do an intro for a video, and you could have all kinds of great stuff that you've done and this, that, and the other and all that. And it looks great the first couple of times somebody sees it. And most people don't have the patience anymore. And so if you got a 30-second intro, that's 30 seconds for somebody to think that I'm bored and I'm going to move on. And they actually say for YouTube, intros don't help you. They don't help you. So the longer you let Dak think about this, the more you can he could be looking at this and saying, you know what? I'm getting $59 million regardless. And at the end of the year, I can find somebody who wants to give me the love, the bag, and provide a team around me to try and win a Super Bowl. And don't be surprised if it's like a Derek Carr situation, where they went to Derek Carr and said, Derek, we care about you so much that we don't want you anymore, but we want you to be able to pick where you want to go. And so he went out, he looked at different teams and things, he finally settled on and said, you know what, I really like the New Orleans Saints, but I'm not letting go of my no trade clause. Why should I give you extra draft picks when you didn't show me the love? And why should I hurt the team that I'm going to? And that's the problem you have with saying, let's just restructure Dak Prescott's deal. It'd be nothing worse than to go into 2025 with no quarterback and taking a $56 million dead hit. And this is one of those things where I know that everybody's emotional right now as far as the Cowboys. It doesn't matter what you say. Everybody just wants to fight. Everybody wants to cuss out everybody. I get it. I understand completely. I'm not happy either. But you have to have a rational head. If you do that, I'm telling you, you're asking for trouble. But hey, what do I know? I don't negotiate multi-million-dollar deals. I don't spend that kind of money. Here it is on a Saturday night, and I'm sitting here effing around building a shower. So why listen to me? Because I don't know jack. All right, good people. I got to run to Lowe's and get this piece so I can put these last pieces up on here for the surround and mud this up. And then I can call it a day and be back at it tomorrow. Oh, remember our, change. Okay, now it's the off season. It's Sunday when we do our live streams. Sundays, not Saturdays anymore. And I can guarantee you, there's plenty for you guys to bitch about. All right, good people. Peace.